I actually feel bad for people who actually think that anything that Moroccan tea is actually tea. I'm joking. I'm joking. This channel, as the title suggests, is gonna be a channel about books, art, and everything in between, I guess. Anything that is worth the appreciation in today's world. And believe me, there are not as many as you think. So, hi, hello, I guess. Or as I would say, marhaba. My name is Yusuf, and yeah, let's begin. Before starting, I want to make two notes. One, about the noise around me. I'm sure you can hear it. I'm filming this video in my balcony in a Saturday midday. I don't know why am I doing this. Second thing is I might sweat a little bit because I'm in Madrid and it's 40 degrees Celsius, so please forgive my shiny face. So while I'm preparing to this video, I thought that I would ask myself a couple of questions. First one is, why booktube? Well, there are two answers, I guess, to this question. First one is just the state that possesses me after I read a book and I love it and I just want someone to talk about it to. So that someone is gonna be you, obviously. I'm sure you've all felt the same. This sentiment that just pushes you towards yelling at other people's ears that, for God's sake, this book is really good. So yeah, that's one. And two, the fact that I actually don't find books that I read getting recommended by other booktubers. Not because I read more, but just for the simple fact that I read in more languages. So I read in English, obviously, and French and Arabic. That gives me a broader reach towards books and novels and literature in general. So yeah, if you are kinda sick of getting recommended books such as Normal People by Sally Rooney or A Little Life by whoever her name was, this is the place for you. Second thing I want to talk about is the fact that I'm gonna be recommending books to people. The idea that I hated a couple of years ago. I hated it for the simple reason that I always thought that books have this power to change people's minds and to make us who we are, basically. Books can actually shape the way we think, the way we act, the way we react, the way we talk. So I've always thought that it is too much of a power to give to someone, to put in someone's hands. So from now on, just a disclaimer, I guess, I'm not recommending you books. I'm just sharing books that I loved in the past, and that's it. So you are in no obligation whatsoever, obviously, to read whatever I recommend or I share, for lack of better words. Also, the fact that when you check booktubers, you kind of find the same genres, the same titles, the same lists, I guess. And the fact that everyone who's watching is reading that is a bit weird, I guess, because everyone is reading the same thing. Everyone is thinking the same thing. Everyone has the same favorite writers and novelists and books, which is not good. That's why I've always recommended to go to bookshops and public libraries and just pick a book, a random one, a book that you've never heard of, I guess. Just read its title and few pages from it, and if you like it, just read it. The thing that I've been doing for the past few months, actually, is that since I told you that I live in Madrid, there's this bookshop chain here in Madrid, I guess in all Spain, that is called La Casa del Libro, and they have really good selection of English books. And I've been going there for the past 2 years, I guess. The problem is, well, other than the price, the expensive price of books, is that you only find the books that are getting recommended or going viral on TikTok and YouTube, and that's all. So you don't really get out of that circle. That's why for the past, I guess, 3-4 months, I've changed the bookshop, and I've stumbled upon this other chain that is called Reread, which is a second-hand bookshop, and it's way more cheaper than La Casa del Libro. And I stumbled upon beautiful books, and here's some examples actually. So this is Memoirs of a Geisha, a book that I've read in the past, and I got it from Reread. It's a beautiful novel. I think it was made a movie, a novel that I've never heard of actually. And this is Painter to the King. I actually only got it because of the beautiful cover and the fact that it talks about Velázquez, who is a renowned Spanish artist that I want to read more of. I did not read this yet. And the book that I'm reading now is The Country of Others by Leila Slimani, another book that I've never heard of. And the moment I found out that the story is actually in Morocco, I just took it. And I've actually always been getting books for myself that I've never heard of, and it's made me the person who I am. So I remember the first time that I read Gabriel García Márquez was when I was 16 or 17, and I just got his 100 Years of Solitude just because of the fact that I thought that he had a cool name, and the rest was history actually. I've read A Death Foretold by him, which was beautiful. Then Love in the Time of Cholera, which was, I guess, the peak of his works. Obviously, it's not gonna be all books that nobody has ever heard of, because obviously I've read like stuff. I've mentioned Normal People, but I've read it. I actually have a copy of it. I have a copy of Little Life, but it's just too big and it's intimidating me actually. So again, it's not gonna be all books that nobody has ever heard of, I guess. It's gonna be a mix of everything, from Russian literature, which I think it's the best form of literature, to French, German, a bit of English. I'm no expert actually in English literature, to Americana, obviously, to Arabic literature, which I really want to introduce you to. I guess that's gonna be it. I did not want this video to be a long one, so make sure to subscribe and to wait for the next video. It's actually already scripted. It's gonna be about books that I've read in the past and I loved, but you don't get to hear about them a lot. So if you like the idea, I guess just make a comment and make a notice to just encourage me, I guess. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and to the next one. So while I'm preparing to this video, I can't do this noise. It's not even good music.